think I'm live. I think I'm live. I don't know what I'm doing here. uh, but we'll figure it out. I was hoping you could see the chat. I don't know if you can or not. Okay, well, I'll figure this out. If y'all can see me, looks like there's a couple people here. I'm going to try to log on my other phone to see the chat because I don't think I can see it on this side. But thanks for hanging out. Being patient with me while I figure this out. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone here. Wrong account here. Be patient, I'm sorry. I'll get this figured out. Let's see. I'm almost there. I'm trying to think why won't it show me the chat. Of course not, right? There it goes. All right. All right, I see a couple people. I have to bring my other phone up to see you, but whatever. We'll work it out as we go. There you go. Hey guys. I see your chats now. Random. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. What's up, Jeremy? How you been? I thought a couple of my old friends might join us and people that have subscribed to the channel. Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everything's going well. This is my first live chat, and we'll see how it goes. Hey, guys. It's Hunt's Garage, and it's me. It sounds like Mario going on there. Can I say your name? Yeah, Toad Rescuers. Sounds like your name. Hopefully that's it. All right. Well, welcome to one of the first live streams for the channel. I spent most of the day cleaning up the shop, and I think it looks pretty good. It was quite a mess. I've been neglecting doing that, and it's kind of hard for me to work on projects when I'm stressing out about how dirty the shop is, but we're making some progress on that. So, oh man. So if you guys have any questions while I'm walking you guys around the shop, feel free to ask. I wonder if I can switch the camera to the other side so I can see what I'm looking at, but we'll kind of get started on some project updates. So this is Greg's 96 Dodge Dakota, known as Gramps. Oh man, I feel your pain. 1 hour. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. This is Gramps. Gramps is probably in the same condition if you've seen the last video on it. It's ready to get wired wheeled down and get painted. We have everything for it. We're just waiting for Greg to come in town because if you don't know, Greg lives in Chicago and he doesn't always make it down for long periods of time to where he can get after things. But once I get done with some projects on my Dakota, I might be able to help him out in case he doesn't show up there. We still have all kinds of parts in the back for this thing. All kinds of stuff getting ready for that, and so I'll be excited for that project. And Jeremy said he remembers my Dakota from back in the day, and this is it's got so many names. I don't know which moniker I like to stick with. It's been the Drag Week Dakota. It's also Dackenstein because it's made of like several different Dakotas. If you don't know much about it, this was my high school Dodge Dakota. I drove it during high school. It was a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, and I blew that up, and then I put a 318 in it, and then it caught on fire, and then it sat for a long time because I was fixing it after it caught on fire, The frame got hit by a drunk driver in a parking lot. And then in 2019, I brought it back to life, and it's been an awesome drag and drive vehicle. As you can see, I've done Sick Week and Rocky Mountain Race Week. This is probably stuff that you guys on the chat probably already know, but just in case somebody's watching the video later, I figured I'd give them some background information. But hey, I want to show you guys this. If you don't know, I've been working on the frame, getting it nice and ready to put a new set of springs and spring hangers and some other things on. I do have my new plates trimmed out so I can box in the frame back here, and they came out really good. I did have to cut them a lot shorter than originally, but that's good to go. Got the other one right here, so maybe tomorrow I'm actually going to start welding on this thing. I'm letting some paint dry up today. Is there any questions about the Dakotas or anything like that? Yeah, I wish I would have got them welded in by now. But if you missed a couple postings, I got pretty sick earlier this week. It knocked me out for a couple days, and I'm feeling better now. But it eliminated me from coming out in the wet, nasty weather. So, all right. So let's do some more projects updates. Why don't we? Here's our power plants. This is the Dakota's 5.3, 4.8 for Gramps, which is going to be twin turbo, I forgot to update y'all on that. We ordered twin turbo logs from Fowler, and they are actually being made right now. So we're close to getting those. We're excited about that. Yeah, one day. Yeah. And this is the 6.2 aluminum motor that we just picked up that we have a video on. Greg got that thing for a song. But let's move over to the Nova. And this is my 68 Nova. It's got a great story. I don't want to babble on about it here because I do want to make a video about the Nova and its story behind it. But it's a 68 Nova, real SS car. It does not have the original drivetrain in it, unfortunately, but it does have a 1970 and a half LT1 350 in it with the original Dontov solid lift cam, and it's kind of day two, so it's got good exhaust manifolds, a set of off-the-shelf GM Performance heads from the 80s, a Victor Jr. intake, and it's been pretty good. The EFI system that we have for Gramps is going to be a Terminator X. And now that Matt Happel has worked out this kind of a wiring thing with this other guy that built a CAN bus add-on system for it, we're probably going to do that too, to add some other things to it. But yeah, we got a Terminator X for Gramps. The biggest update I have for the Nova is I actually have a new pair of drag wheels for it. I've had it for a while, but because of the Dakota and Sick Week and everything else, I haven't bolted them on. So I'm planning on doing that here soon because Houston Raceway Park is closing. I'm sure, probably if you're local, you know that. That's a damn shame. But we're going to be working on trying to get this thing to the track before it closes. So I've got to fit the new wheels on before I mount tires on them because if they don't fit, then I'll have some problems. But the Nova still runs good. I'm hoping to get a little bit better than a 1290 next time we take it out. Got a couple different things coming for it. I do have a set of mufflers that I'm going to change out because this car has cheap chambered mufflers on it, and chambered mufflers are apparently supposed to hurt horsepower pretty substantially. So we're working on that. And then the Sonoma GT, it's still kicking my butt. I did something to it the other day, and it didn't fix it. I was hoping it was going to fix it. It didn't fix it. What I did may not be very well received by three-letter companies, so I won't say what I did to it. But it still has a real bad idle surge problem. So I'm going to work on a couple things on that. I'm going to bring it to a friend named Billy's house who's going to, hopefully we can put it on a scanner and watch the sensors and see what we got going on there. So we'll see how that goes. So Sonoma is still stock. We've got it lowered with a 3-4 drop on Corvette wheels, brand new Firestone, Firehawk, Indy 500 tires. And I don't think we've put 4 or 5 miles on those tires since I put them on, which is very disgruntling because I love to drive this truck and we want to bring this thing to Radwood. And Radwood is in Austin in April. So we're going to try to do some things to try to get it running. We do have a plan for it if that doesn't work because we're either going to work with our friend Brandon Turbo V6 on YouTube. If y'all aren't subscribed to that guy, you probably he's got some awesome projects. He's got the Cyanoma, and we met him on a Sick Week. He's a really, really good dude. If we have to, we're going to switch out the heads. I have an intake manifold for it. That's multi-port injection, so we may do that. But we're just kind of seeing what we can get done with, see if we can just fix it as is for now so we can drive it for a little while. Next, Bel Air. Bel Air's, there's really nothing different with the Bel Air. It's still got the 283 in it. It runs good. But this thing might be for sale. I'm starting to realize that I don't have the bandwidth to do a whole lot with it. And with that said, I'm kind of maybe thinking that it might be in the best interest to let it go, but we'll see. And let's walk outside and see what else we got real quick, and then I'll open it up for some questions and stuff with you guys. There's our other Dakota, which is ready for its V10. And we do have the V10. We have everything we need for it, except we've got to get one of the other Dakotas done first. And there's the boat. And the boat's kind of in a predicament because a lot of people want to see the boat on the channel. We've done a lot with the boat. It's not looking great. We'll go take a look at it real quick. It's a little filthy. It needs to be pulled out and washed again and kind of get ready for us to take it back. But we are waiting for a access to a forklift. But we just had almost 2 be able to see it, but this is all slosh. There's no way that I'm going to be able to get my truck back here and get the boat out. Not for a couple weeks, so that's going to be probably delayed a little while until we get it from there. Yeah, we're really looking for the... cannot wait till we start on the V10. It's something that we've wanted to do for a very long time. I think the dog wants to go inside. Hey, come on. Maybe not. But anyways, just want to give you guys a little update since I didn't get to shoot a video this week. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them across, and I'll be glad to answer them. I know there were some on here. Jeremy said he wanted to take the kids back to the track before it's gone. Yeah. TX2 Hay is coming up, and I think that's one of the last events, and then Houston Raceway Park's going to be doing... they're doing one more NHRA event, and that's the last that's it. It's done, and that's sad. And we're trying to figure out where we're going to start racing after that, which I don't know if it's going to be... There's a track northeast. There's a track northeast of Houston that I think is a quarter mile, but it's also like a landing strip, I think, too. So we may check that out. We have a 47 RE, the bigger trans, the same as the Cummins trans for the V10. That's what we're going to be putting behind a V10 in the Black Dakota when we do that, which is going to be just like a fun burnout vehicle. We're not really going to get real serious with drag racing those things because it's real hard to find certain parts for those V10s. So if we do break it, we may be SOL. What we're finding out is the oil pump gears. Apparently, if they go bad or if they eat into the timing chain cover, you're done. They don't make that timing chain cover anymore, I think. So, but we do have a full 4. We bought it with a trans. It was a 4x4 trans. And it took us another year. We've had that motor for a while to find a two-wheel drive tail shaft because apparently you have to use it. Apparently, all you have to do is bolt it on. You pull the old one off, you put the new one on. There's no internal parts that have to be removed to change those tail shafts. So we do have that. So I think that's awesome. Man, my live stream's a little rough looking on my phone. I hope it's not that bad for you guys, but if it is, I apologize. What else are we seeing here? You were there for no prep kings. Oh yeah, I heard about. I heard about. Like there were several tracks that got lost in English Town. There was like a a drift track and a quarter mile track, if I remember right. But I remember that being a huge deal. Yeah, we're really bummed out about it because we've been going to Houston Raceway Park since we were 13, 14 years old with friends' dads that used to go run a race car there. I've had my band played gigs there before, so it's it sucks. Let's just put it that way. Um, oh no! Wow, you have to go to Canada to race. Where are you at? Where locally? If you have to go to Canada to race, that's pretty crazy. Um, I don't know. There's oh awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm gonna. I was saying earlier. I'm gonna do a video on my Nova here pretty soon to show you kind of guys the whole story of it. Um, Dakota might build a quarter mile track, is what Jeremy's saying. That would be cool, Jeremy. If they did, I'd make that trip. There is a Seguin, I think, is 2 hours away from us, or is it Temple, one of the others? Oh, Vermont. So yeah, you're really close to Canada. Okay. Um, Man, I'd love to race my Dakota to Canada. What I would like to do, if who knows what the world holds with the restrictions and stuff. I don't know what the status is on it, but I would love to do Miles of Mayhem in Canada. That would be super cool. Um, I know that's like an eighth mile drag and drive, but still, it would be super cool. I've never been to Canada myself, so I would like to go and check some of it out. Maybe go to Banff one time. That'd be cool. There was another question in there. Oh no, what I was talking about is I think we can go to either Seguin or Tyler. Not Tyler. Is it Taylor? I forgot exactly where it's at, but there's 2 hours away. There's a quarter mile track that we can go to. The bad thing is one thing that's been great about Houston Raceway Park is the air can get so good there in the winter and the fall and spring. I mean, you can get negative 1,500 sea foot, um, negative 1,500 foot below sea level, and it's just that's fantastic air. And we're just not going to be able to find that anywhere else other than like we had great air in Georgia when we were on sick week, and we also had great air in where was it? The like Cletus's track next door, Bradenton. You said the eighth mile and quarter mile track are closed. Now they drift on parts of the old track. It's a shame. We still have Alco. Okay, I've heard of Alco. And they're talking about selling that to you. Well, that would suck if they sell that to you because, man, these things are just. Me and Greg were talking about it the other day. It's like real estate is worth so much money now. And because it's worth so much money, it's hard for these tracks to be profitable because if they're sitting on land that's worth more than what they're going to make in revenue in the next 5 years on it, it's hard to not just make that decision and say, well, let's just sell it. And that's just with expansions of everything. Right now, apparently, there's a glue shortage for tracks. So there's a lot of quarter mile tracks that are only gluing up to the eighth mile because they can't afford to glue the quarter mile. So there's a lot of things like that that are just making it real hard for tracks. I remember when Sealy, before Hennessy bought it out here, which Sealy is about an hour away Oh, that was an hour away from my parents' house. It's 2 hours away from me. When Celia was here, they had events pretty much Wednesday through Sunday, and we don't have a track that is like that out here, and it's really a shame because there's a lot of us that would go out on weeknights and go make passes if the stuff was open, and I think that's what it's going to take to keep some of these tracks open. Um, but I've never ran a track, so I can only speculate. But it sucks that they're closing down. It's going to be a big bummer. I definitely got to get one of these vehicles out there to make a pass before it closes down. I'd love to take Gramps or the Dakota, but I don't think either one of those will be running until April, and I think that's when they're closing down. So unfortunately, that's what that is. HMP is HMP's that's an event. That's it's a little too busy for me. That's all I'm gonna say. It's kind of madness out there, especially on a Friday night with the street tires. Um, oh yeah, I guess you would have to cross the border to go to that track. I wonder what kind of pain in the butt that is. Like, is it quick or is it like 5 minutes and you're gone, or do you have to wait in line and then get inspected and then go across the border? You'll have to let me know that process. See, thanks Hunch Garage for hanging out. We really appreciate you. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out. I didn't know how this would go. They got a couple people in here, and that's awesome. That's awesome. So depends on the time. That makes sense. I imagine there's busier times than others. Um, we will probably go to H&P. They do Houston Motorsports Park is our 8th mile track. It's actually kind of a little bit more in town, and that's what Jeremy's talking about. The thing is, it's a short track. Luckily, none of my vehicles are too fast to worry about. They're not fast enough to worry about stopping, but really fast cars usually stop at a way short on that track because there's no way they're going to shut down otherwise. Um, it can be 5 minutes or an hour. So yeah, 1 hour garage, which thanks for jumping on 1 hour. I know you comment a lot on the videos and stuff. I appreciate that. But he lives in Vermont and is talking about how he has to cross the border to go into Canada to make passes at a track. So, oh, man, I wish we had more tracks. That's just insane. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. And now I get to prepare myself to start some welding on the truck, which I don't know how that's gonna go, but we're gonna see. I'm excited to do it. I've been practicing a lot on some of the, I think it's 10 gauge metal that I bought to fill it all in. And, well, and I also had to buy another reason I haven't been able to weld it is because I had to buy a extension cord for my welder because it doesn't quite reach all the way over to the Dakota. If it's sitting where Gramps was, we'd be good. But I only have one 220 that I put in the shop, and so I had to buy an extension cord. Luckily, Northern Tool had one, so that's pretty cool that I was able to go grab it. I just didn't know I needed it right away. I wish they will build a track where I'm at. Where are you at, Jeremy? Jeremy's a high school friend of mine. So thanks for jumping on, dude. Appreciate that. I don't know where you are at. I'm thinking exchange licenses or passport. Yeah, I've been needing to get a passport for the past 5 years now. I really got to get on that because we want to do some traveling. My wife and I, before too long, Lake Jackson. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. So, isn't there? I thought there was Angleton. I thought Angleton had a track down there. Am I wrong? Is that too far away from Lake Jackson? I don't know. He'll have to tell me. But anyways, guys, I think this was awesome. I appreciate y'all jumping on. I know it wasn't a whole lot of people, but this was cool. Let me know if y'all want me to do this again because I definitely will. I don't know what days are best to do it on. Should I do it on a weekday? Should I do it on a weekend? It'll be better when Greg's here because we can make fun of each other and how inept we are with what we do, and we have that camaraderie. There's a road course out by Angleton. There used to be a drag strip out there, but I don't know what happened to it. You're thinking of, I think MIR is what's out there, the road course in Angleton, because it's like a go-kart track and a road course. I'd love to take the Magnum on it one day. Actually, that would be a goal. That would be an awesome goal. So, all right. Is any last questions here? I think I'm gonna shut it down. This was a lot of fun, and we're hanging out with you guys for sure. MSR, I said MIR. I'm thinking of space stuff. MSR. That's what it is. Cool. Man, well, you guys are awesome. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the weekend. I am going to be filming some stuff tomorrow. I didn't get to show you guys the Magnum because it's in the garage. But I do have some updates on that. I found an awesome set of seats if you saw the last video that I put out. They need to be cleaned up a little bit, so I'm going to be bringing them in here and doing that cleaning process. So I want to show you guys that. That car's really coming around. It's a fun car. I really enjoy driving it. I enjoy driving these guys too, but they might be stuck for a couple days because of all the rain that we had. It's going to be hard to get them out. Although my neighbor is really cool, and he said that I could use his driveway to get them out. So awesome. Well, yeah, if you remember, Jeremy, I had one. I had a white one that was a RT, and it was a cool car. And I sold that thing with like 134,000 miles for my 2015 Mustang that I bought brand new. And then it wound up being a GMC, and then it wound up being a Ford truck. So that was the car that started me down the road of some of these things. All right. Well, like I said, you guys have a fantastic weekend. I agree. Any wagon is cool. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going to go on, and I think I'll try to do this again, maybe during the week. Maybe I can do this maybe twice a month, and we'll see where it goes from there. So super appreciated of you guys all hanging out, and thank you. I guess I can't thank you guys enough. You're giving me your time, and that's the most important thing in the world. So all right, well, I appreciate it, guys. We'll see y'all next time, and keep posted on the Facebook and Instagram accounts when the next video is coming out, which will likely be next Saturday at 7 a.m. like always. See you guys later.